Hello everyone and welcome to a visual novel called Heartstrings. This is a dating visual novel where we have multiple options to choose from and we'll see who we end up with in the end. There's a good end, there's a bad end, there's like 7 different ends. We're gonna try to find them all. Let's go ahead and play Heartstrings. Mew. Day 1, Saturday. There are 2 days to play through, I am told. You had just arrived at the bookstore. Your body was filled with excitement for all those books. Today was the day that you were going to meet your favorite author. Oh, I see. Recently, you had become invested in a widely popular book series called Heartstrings, a romance novel. The second you started reading it, you had become entranced with the characters and the story. You found the book when you were bored at your job. A co-worker had recommended the series to you. You had to live through the same routine day in and day out. Every day was wake up, go eat, go to work, sleep. You had become bored of your life, but Heartstrings gave you something to look forward to. You waited every day until it was time to go home and read the series. And when you finished one book, you went to the next one in the series. It had been about 1 month since you discovered the series, and today you were at your local bookstore for the book signing event by the author of Heartstrings, which was established already. You didn't want to go alone, so you invited your friend Linux to come with you. They had been begrudgingly agreed to come with you after you promised to buy them lunch for the next week. The whole week? That's a lot of lunch. Are you just gonna keep standing there, or are we gonna actually get in line? I need to take in the moment, Linux. Well, can you take in the moment in the line? I'm hungry, and I recall that you promised to buy me lunch. You rolled your eyes at them and got in line. After about 20 minutes of waiting, you start to get bored of just standing in the same place. But that's what lines are. You stand in the same place to get what you want. Hey, Lennox. Yes? Would you mind if I left this line to go stretch my legs? You can go if you want. Are you sure? Sure, but you owe me another week of lunch. What? But why? Because I didn't want to come here in the first place, and now you're leaving me all alone to stand in a line that I never wanted to be in. You sighed in defeat. Fine, I'll buy you lunch for another week. Okay, have fun, Mew. And then left Linux to stand in line by themselves. Where to now? Maybe I can go see if there are any interesting books that they're selling. You proceed to look for the aisles of books in the store. You skim through the books, reading the titles of each one to see if any interested you. An employee then came up to you and started talking to you. She must have noticed that you were only looking at books and not any of their other amazing bookstore products. And you actually buying anything. Okay. Excuse me, do you need help with finding anything? Well, I am looking for a new book to read. You have any recommendations? Do you have any preferences? Not really, I'll read just about anything. Well, my personal favorite are sci-fi books. Here are some titles so you can get you started. Yeah, I'll just read any other book, and even if I'm not interested in it, even if it's like, oh god, War and Peace. Even if it's War and Peace, I'll try to skim through that one. She then proceeded to enthusiastically show you some of her favorite books. A lot of them sounded like books you would enjoy, too. All those sci-fi books. Oh, look at the time. I have to get back to restocking the shelves. I hope some of my recommendations were to your liking. Bye! And then she left. Girl just wanted to talk about her favorite sci-fi books, let's just be honest. Once you found a book that looked interesting enough to you, you went to a quiet place to read it, leaving your friend in the line alone. You remember that there There was a sitting area somewhere in the back of the store, and so you decide to head towards there. However, once you got there, you noticed that someone was sitting in one of the chairs. It was a boy with tan skin and black hair. You noticed that his hair was also covering his eyes, so much that you couldn't see them. He also seemed to be very invested in whatever book he was reading. We are going to ignore him. You should probably just leave him be. You picked a chair and sat down in it. You opened your book and started reading. After about 2 chapters, you closed the book and checked where Lennox was in the line. They were still a little ways from the front, so you concluded that there was still a little time before you had to get back in the line. The crowded bookstore was starting to become a bit much for you, so you decided you would go outside for a little bit. If you wanted to meet the book guy, the guy who wrote your favorite book so bad, why don't you just stay in the line, bro? Your poor friend. You went outside and found a nice place to sit down. Yeah, you definitely owe her next week's lunch too. And don't forget it. You were enjoying the peace and quiet until you heard some sort of argument going on. I thought I told you that you were banned from here. Banned, I say. No more books for you. You can't read. I'm sorry. It's just that one of my favorite authors just released a new book, and I wanted to get to buy a book from your bookstore. Listen, Zorion, if I don't see you leaving within the next 10 minutes, I will call the police. The Popo will get you. I wonder why she's so mad at him. Almost all the staff knows me, so I could help him if I wanted to. But this is also none of my business, so maybe I shouldn't get involved. Oh, no. No, you can buy a book. Let's help him out. Excuse me, I couldn't help but overhear. Is there something wrong? Oh, hello, Mew. Well, Zorion likes to come in here and pick up his favorite books, but whenever he comes in here, he always manages to set fire to something! What? You look at Zorion, who seemed to be on the brink of a mental breakdown. Is this true? Yes. But it was only by accident, I swear. That's what he always says, every time. But it's true. You look at Zorion once again and ask him, "Are you a wizard, Zorion?" And that's when you notice his horns and his tail. Are you an imp? Imps were very common, especially in this town. They were creatures that have demon blood in them, and they will always be able to control their They were able to control their magic. I mean, yes, I'm an imp. So, is the fire your magic? Yes. He answered your question with a meek voice and looked down at his feet. I can't control my magic. What? That surprised you? You never heard of an imp that couldn't control their magic? Wait, you can't control your magic? I tried to tell you, but you always interrupt me. I think you have something to say to Zorion, don't you? She let out a sigh. I'm sorry, Zorion, but if you don't want to shop here, you can't use your magic. Do you understand? He seemed to be perk up after saying that. Yes, ma'am. I won't use magic. He then looked at you. But if you know you can't control it, why did you use it in the first place? Fire magic in a bookstore. Not the best magic to use, must say. He then looked at you. Thanks for your help. No problem. He then walked happily inside the bookstore. You stayed outside for about 15 minutes. You checked to see how far Lennox was in the line. You saw that they were almost at the front, so you went back inside. Hey, Lennox. How was your walk? It was nice. I got to read a new book. What is it with you and these books? Pah! I never read books. Maybe you would know if you actually read one. Maybe if the Tyrant Mew would let me lead this line, I would have actually picked up a book. I very much doubt you would have actually read anything. You don't know me. Maybe I would have. You're my friend. I know you. Lennox, we've known each other since first grade. I know a little something. I know a little thing or two about Lennox. I could change. You don't know. You... Oh, look, we're next. You instantly look away from Lennox, and that's when you saw your favorite offer, the person you came here to see. Harper Fernandez. Looking at her filled you with anticipation and nervousness. Suddenly, you felt a tap on your shoulder. Hey, Daydreamer, we're up. As you and Lennox walk up to the table, you felt your whole body shaking. Hi, it's nice to meet you. What's your name? Ignore them. Mew's just really excited to meet you. That's fine. I had much, weirder interactions today. Like what? Let's just say that I've gotten a lot of marriage proposals today. Uh-huh. Wow, that's, very intimate, really quickly. And they just met you, you said? And you didn't really know what to say after that, so you decided that some small talk would be best. Let's ask about the next book, see if we can get in on the next book. What's the next book about right now? Tell me. Harper didn't seem at all surprised by your question, but instead of answering your question, she had a coy smile on her face. I don't know. You'll have to wait and find out. Can't you give me a little hint? Sorry, Mew, but if I told you, I would have to tell everyone in the store. Please? Just give up, Mew. There's no way she's going to tell you. Fine. Well, here's your book back. Thank you. It was nice meeting you. It was nice meeting you too. Have a wonderful day. Finally, it's over. I take it you had a good time? Man, that was awesome. No day will ever top this day. What about the day we first met, huh? What about that day? You remember that? On a scale from 1 to 10, that day was a 2. What? I thought that was a great day. What are you talking about? Maybe for you, but that was the day my 4-square crown was taken from me by you. Oh man, I remember playing 4-square. Fun game. You and Lennox kept arguing about who was better at 4-square all the way back to your apartment. The two of you walked inside the building, and Lennox walked you to the front door. Well, this is where I leave you. Please be careful on your perilous journey back home. You look at your door and then to Lennox. Lennox, we're right in front of my door. It's okay, Mew. I know it's long and a treacherous journey, but I believe you can make it back safely. You roll your eyes as you unlock your door. Bye, Lennox. Bye, Mew. As you walked into your apartment, you flicked the light switch on. Flick! As soon as the lights flicked on, you immediately went to heat up a microwave meal. You enjoyed your meal in peaceful silence. Once you finished your meal, you took a shower and flopped down on your bed. What a great day. With your comforted in your bed sheets, you fell into a peaceful slumber. And the day 1. Day 2, Sunday. So I wonder if we're gonna meet anyone we met yesterday. Anyone like the magical imp, probably. I'm calling it right now. As you open your eyes, you could see the sun shining through your windows. You decided to lay about in your bed for a while, until you were ready to start the day. As you were eating breakfast, you decided you weren't going to stay cooped up in your apartment all day. You decided that today, you were going to... Oh, well, I don't know any of these people except for Zorion. The route is currently under construction. What? I have to go to her... Nope. This person. Maybe I'll go to a cafe. See Galian, whoever that is. You got up from the table and got dressed. In about 10 minutes, you were out the door. You'd been to this cafe many times before, so you knew the route by heart. It was about a 20 minutes walk to the cafe. Once you stepped inside, the smell of fresh coffee filled the air, and the chatter of other people was all you could hear. You walked up to the counter and ordered something. I will order coffee. Once you got your order, you searched for somewhere you could sit. The one free spot you could find was a chair at the table that someone was already sitting at. There was no other option, so you mustered up your courage and went up to the stranger. Excuse me, do you mind if I sit here? No, you can sit here? No, you can't? Or, she says, no, you can sit here. No, you can't. You can sit here. No, you can. You can do it. Yeah, no. He seemed kind of startled, so you just sat down without a word. You didn't notice that he looked very familiar. Where have I seen him before? Aha! You're the guy from the bookstore. What? I saw you yesterday at the bookstore. Do you remember me? He looked puzzled for a second, and then a flash of recognition came across his face. You're the person who interrupted my reading yesterday. Excuse me? I did not interrupt your reading. I ignored you. I don't recall interrupting you. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I literally just I walked away from you because I ignored you. It's fine. I don't really like that book anyways. Oh, so you're the type of person who'll just read anything, even if you don't like it. I see. If you don't like it that much, then why were you reading it? I guess it's because I see it as a requirement for me to read. It's very popular in the romance genre. Well, if it's not your favorite, then... Well, what's your favorite then? What's your favorite book then? It's a romance called A Hushed Statement. What's it about? It's about a boy who bullied his classmate when they were kids, and years later, they meet again. Throughout the story, he tries to overcome his guilt and make amends with the girl. That sounds interesting. Do you happen to have a copy with you? You want to read it? Of course. It sounds like a book I'd really enjoy. Sure, I can give you a copy. Just give me one moment. Wow, you just have to have a copy of your favorite book on hand. How handy of you. You watched him dig through his bag for a while, and after a few seconds he pulled out a book from his bag. The cover was mostly brown and had 2 children in the front standing side by side in a classroom. Wait, this book has pictures? That doesn't make it any less of a book. I guess you're right. Wonder if it's like, Magna. I guess you're right. The two of you continued to talk for hours when you realized how long it had been since you let out an audible gasp. Is something wrong? Sorry, it's just that I didn't realize how long we've been talking. Oh, I'm sorry for keeping you here for so long. It's just that I don't really get to talk with people about my interests, and when I finally got to talk to someone, I got really excited, and it's fine. I really enjoyed talking to you too. I just didn't expect to stay for this long. Alright. You should get going then. Alright. I had a nice time talking to you. Goodbye. You were getting up to leave when suddenly an arm grabbed your wrist. Wait. I'm sorry, but can we exchange numbers? Oh sure, I don't mind. The two of you quickly exchange your numbers. If we're going to have each other's numbers, we should probably, know each other's names, too. My name's Galen. What's yours? My name is Mew. Nice to meet you, Galen. You too, Mew. Something. What did you say? I should get going now. See you later. See you later. Goodbye, Galen. As you walked home, you thought about Galen. Then, you thought that... Oh. You can have actual thoughts in this game. His passion for books is wonderful. You loved how knowledgeable about books he was. Maybe you found a new book buddy. Once you got to your apartment, you decided to call Lennox. Your phone rang for a little bit until you heard a familiar voice on the other end. Hello, hello? Hey, Lennox, did you become phone guy from FNAF? Why'd you call? Can I just call my best friend to talk to them? That would usually be the case, but we just saw each other yesterday. I want to tell you about the person I met today. Now I'm intrigued. You told Lennox about Galen and what he was like and how you saw him at the bookstore. He was a huge fan of romance novels and that you guys hung out today. He sounds interesting. You should introduce us sometime. I don't know. He's really shy and you're, you. What's that supposed to mean? I'm me? Of course I'm me. Who else would I be? You're just really out there, you know. Out there? I'll show you who's out there. Yeah, whatever. I gotta go, Lennox. Fine. Bye, Mew. Girl, you're so out there, you're out of this world. So the rest of this night, you spent it watching TV and playing video games. Eventually, you had to go to sleep, and you got in your bed, drifting off into a peaceful slumber. And the day too. Wow, that was Heartstrings, guys? I'm not sure if I got a good ending, though. I mean, we got to meet this wonderful guy named Lennox. What if I say he was way too shy for me? The only thing he was able to talk about, without stuttering, was books. How were you supposed to deal with that? Once you got into your apartment, you decided to call Lennox. Yes, hello. Hey, Lennox, why'd you call? Can I just... yeah. I wanted to tell you about the person. Yeah. Sounds interesting. Well, it doesn't change the dialogue. Alright. It doesn't change the dialogue. Okay. Now, we'll go back here. What happens if we change the whole story? First one. Oh, me, I'm just browsing. I'm just browsing around. Thanks for asking, though. Okay, have a nice day. And then she left. Once you found a book that looked interesting enough, you went out to a quiet place to read it. Ask him what he's reading. Yo, Galen. What are you reading? What? I was just wondering what book you were reading. Right, it's called, Midnight. Cool, what's it about? Vampires and werewolves? It's a romance novel. Oh. Don't, I already know your favorite romance books. Don't be like, oh, romance is okay. That's the only book you read. Come on. I love romance. Oh, really? What's your favorite one? It's a series called Heartstrings. I'm actually here for the book signing today. I've been looking into reading that series, but I have so many other series I have to finish first. You should totally read the series. It's one of the best ones out there. Maybe I will. Anyways, I'll let you get back to your reading your book. It was nice talking to you. You too! After about 2 chapters in, you closed the book and checked where Lennox was in the line. Alright. I'll do nothing. You didn't need to meddle on other people's business. You stayed outside for about 15 minutes. You checked to see how far Lennox was in line. You saw that they were almost at the front. Okay. Ask why she liked romance. Why do you like romance? Oh, I don't really like romance that much, actually. Well, that was something you didn't expect to hear. Your surprise must have been shown. The surprise must have been shown on your face because Harper started laughing. You see that look on your face? Sorry if it was a rude question, but if you don't like the romance, why do you write it? Well, it's much easier to write than my favorite drama, which is horror. Oh, yeah. Horror is hard to write. I was not expecting that. Honestly, same. Love this offer. I can see why you like her. It's usually people's last guess. People usually don't see me as the type to write horror. Yeah, because you don't write horror, you write romance. Well, here's your book back. Thank you. It's nice to meet you. It was nice meeting you too. Have a wonderful day. Finally, it's over. I take it you had a good time? Great time. It was awesome. Let's go for Harper. Nope. Zorion. Can't do it. GG. Galen. I have to go for Galen. You got up from the table and you got dressed in about 10 minutes. You were out the door. Yes, many times before. Drink and the food. Once you got your order, your drink and your food, you searched for somewhere you could go, sit. The only free spot you could find was a chair at a table that someone was already sitting at. Yes. Excuse me, you mind if I sit here? No, you can sit there. Yes. Don't ask me where you've seen him before, because we talked to him yesterday. Yes. You interrupted my reading. What's your favorite trope? Well, it's kind of common, but my favorite trope is enemies to lovers. Care to explain why? I guess it's because there's a lot you can do with it. Even though it's really predictable, I've seen it done in amazing ways. You seem really passionate about romance and stuff. I guess I am. It's probably because I've never been in a real relationship before. Really? You never been in a relationship before, you say? Is that really so surprising? Well, you just seem so passionate about romance that I thought you would have at least some experience with it. I'm just passionate about the genre. If you want, I can give you one of my favorites. I guess I can give it a try. Yes, you watch him dig through, yes, he pulls out the hushed statement. It was statement last time. Now it's statement. I knew it was statement, but I didn't want to correct it. But no, now we know. The cover was, yes, 2 children. Wait, this book has pictures. Doesn't make it any less of a book? Guess you're right. And then you realize, yes, wow, I had nothing to do today, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I've been here talking for too long at the coffee shop. I have to interrupt this conversation and go home. I had a nice time with you, goodbye. Yeah, wait, we should exchange numbers. Yes, totally. Yes. Well, I thought this game actually had more to it because it seems like the author is still developing the other stories with the other characters, so we're gonna leave it there. Hope you guys enjoyed the playthrough. Thank you so much for watching. That was Heartstring. Give support to the developer. I'll leave a link in the description below. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye!